Things. We are live on Facebook. Let me confirm that because we've had technical difficulties in the past. Give me 1 second. If you can see us, comment below, drop an emoji. Tell me if you are as excited as we are tonight. Let's check this out. All right, we're up, guys. Are you ready to rock? All right, welcome everyone to Diesel Nation's July sneak peek coaching opportunity event. We want to welcome you tonight. We have Jamie with us, Casey and Giselle, along with myself, Monica Lopez. And tonight we're going to tell you all about the coaching opportunity and where you fit in all of this, right? Because someone who loves you, who wants to help you, who wants you on their team, invited you here tonight. And so we want to do our job and for you to understand exactly what coaching is all about, so that you can decide if this is a step that you want to take. Chances are by now you're already drinking Shakeology, you're doing your workouts, you're using those cute little color containers, or you're following Ilana Molstein with the 2B mindset. Chances are you're already feeling what Beachbody programs, products, and supplements are doing to your life. Tonight we want to talk about the other end of it all, and that's the coaching opportunity. So let me get started and introduce myself and tell you who I am. My name is Monica Lopez, and I've been a part of Diesel Nation now for 7 years. I've been coaching for 7 years. I'm from Miami, Florida. I am 30, I was about to say 33, but I just turned 34 last week. I'm 34 years old. I'm a mom of 3, Jason, Jackson, and Mia. And in my past life, and I call it my past life because I don't ever plan to go back, but before becoming a coach full-time, I was a paralegal. Now, I tell you that because the funny thing is that one of the 2 founding sisters of our entire team, so our team is named Diesel Nation, and it was founded by 2 sisters, Becky Brissé and Christina Delgado. And Christina Delgado was, in fact, my boss at the office. She was the person that introduced me to this opportunity. And back then, we were both working for a very prestigious law firm here in South Florida, but we had this thing in our pit of our stomach, wanting something more, really wanted to become our own bosses. We saw this business, we saw what it could do for us, and we ran with it. And together with Becky, we've created an amazing team. To give you an idea of what our team is like, when I joined Diesel Nation, in the team page, which you will be joining soon, I was coach number 47 to join the team. Today, Diesel Nation is over 20,000 coaches strong. So that's a big deal, and that's the family that you will be joining if you say yes to this opportunity. But before we get into all that, let me share a little bit about my story and how I got here. And hopefully, with me telling my story, I want you to think about what brought you here today, right? What is the reason why you're listening right now? What is it that you inside is giving you those butterflies, those feelings that, maybe I need to try something new. Maybe I have to just jump and find my wings on the way down, but something is pulling you towards this, and you're here tonight for that reason. I started my journey postpartum after having my second child, Jackson. I had just landed that job in that law firm. I had no maternity leave after having Jackson. I was coming in after a C-section. So as soon as I healed up from that C-section, I was back in the office, and I just flat out was running on fumes. Okay, I was running on fumes, and here was this redhead, Christina Delgado, which usually she hosts these calls with us. I wish you guys could meet her, but if you know her, she's just really outgoing. She's out there, positive. And she was coming into the office every single day, and she had just had a baby 3 months before I did. And I was watching her go through her postpartum journey after having the baby, coming in with an extra pep in her step, energy. And I was here with like bags this big under my eyes, barely making it, running on fumes. And I was still looking around the postpartum pounds. She was losing them. And I remember doing that really dramatic one day, coming into her office and slamming the door open and saying, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? How are you holding it all together? How do you look so good? How are the pounds falling off? How are you showing up to work every day, functioning? And I'm drowning over here. And that's when she introduced me to my very first program. She introduced me to Shakeology, and the rest is history there, okay? When I started doing the program, and guys, I went from 0 to 100. There was like no in between. My first program was Insanity Asylum with Shaun T. I just about died, but I completed it. And naturally, people started asking. And at first, when the coaching opportunity was presented to me, straight up, it was because I wanted to save a little bit of cash. I realized if I became a coach, I would save that 25% on my Shakeology. And at that time in my life, I mean, we lived pretty paycheck to paycheck. I'm talking about, like, if I went to Target, I was getting a text message. I was paying for my husband, like, what are you doing in Target? What did you buy? You know? And so I saw this coaching opportunity and the ability to save the money, the 25%, as a bonus, right? That I could save a little bit more money that I was spending on the Shakeology. But then I also understood, okay, if I started to help maybe 1 or 2 people with this opportunity, then I could now earn back the money that I was spending on Shakeology, because giving up on my journey and stopping my journey was off the table. I was loving the results. I was feeling really great. And it was something that I really wanted to continue doing. And naturally, people started to ask. Became a coach, it was about 3 or 4 months into my very first challenge as a coach. I was really excited. I was seeing a lot of success to other coaches on the customers in my challenge groups. And then I got pregnant with baby number 3. And that was a total surprise, i.e. that's exactly, the programs worked very well because clearly I was getting results and we ended up pregnant all over again. Yeah, you see how that works? That's the only time Beachbody can become expensive. So I was pregnant with baby number 3. But the funny part is that this was the first time a couple of things happened with that 3rd pregnancy that was very different from the other 2. Number 1, I went into that pregnancy extremely confident because I had lost the weight in such a healthy way and in total control, using Shakeology and the workout programs through Beachbody. Back then it was DVDs, using my DVDs and using Shakeology, that I went into that pregnancy not fearing the weight that I was gonna gain, not fearing what I was gonna do after I had the baby, as my postpartum project, like I had the other 2 pregnancies. That was number 1. And number 2, it was the first pregnancy that, because I had already started a business and because I already had that ball rolling and I never stopped working out during that 3rd pregnancy and I continued on with my journey, I was actually able to afford to stay home for those 3 months with that 3rd baby, which was unheard of for me for the other 2 pregnancies. So Beachbody changed my life first and foremost in that first part of that first turning point in my life when baby number 3 was coming. And I had this grand old idea of, as soon as the baby was going to be born, I was going to launch what I would call the postpartum project. And I was going to show women everywhere that once you have a baby, well, during pregnancy, first and foremost, you're not handicapped. You can still work out and stay fit and healthy, but also how you can take control right after having the baby from home, not ever having to leave the baby, and get results and feel like yourself again. Because I missed out on that. And I went through really tumultuous periods after the first 2 babies. Well, as you guys all know, life, sometimes we have these big old plans, but then life happens, right? And a wrench is thrown in what we expect life to look like. And that's exactly what happened to me with this 3rd pregnancy. When I finally had my daughter, she was about 4 weeks old when we noticed something very off about her every time she cried. Every time my daughter Mia cried, her eye right over here would start to get really big, black and blue, and her eye would kind of swell shut. And, baby 1 and 2, you know how us moms are. We go running to the doctor, like right after. By baby number 3, you're like, I'll figure it out. Oh, it's probably just a clogged tear duct. And I really wasn't freaking out about it. But by the 2nd day, when I noticed this happening again and worse, I remember calling my husband and saying, something's wrong with the baby. I'm going to take her in. And there started a whole roller coaster ride of emotions. When I took my daughter to the pediatrician, he took one look at her and said, Mom, I think your daughter has something called a hemangioma. A hemangioma is a blood tumor that is obviously benign, but it's a tumor that grows internally. We don't know how big it is, but from the looks of it, it's affecting her eye. You need to get to Miami Children's Hospital right away, and she needs to see a specialist right away because we need to spring into action. I went to Miami Children's Hospital right after leaving the pediatrician's office. They gave me no time. They're like, go now. Get to the hospital, went in for her first MRI, her first ultrasound, and that's when they sat us down and said, your daughter has a hemangioma, yes. It is growing rapidly. It is intertwined in all of her eye muscles and all of her eye nerves, so that takes surgery off the table because she will automatically, it was bound to happen. They were going to nick something, leaving her blind. So surgery was off the table. And the only true treatment they had as a plan was a treatment that was not even approved, FDA approved just yet. It was experimental. And it was found out 4 years before Mia's condition, just 4 years, a little boy who also had a hemangioma and also had a heart defect and was taking a drug called propranolol for his heart defect. And they noticed the tumor shrinking with the same medicine. And that's the plan they gave me for my daughter. They said, there's no plan B, C, D. This is what we've got. We're going to administer her a drug that's experimental, and we're going to hope and pray that we can control the growth of this tumor so that Mia does not lose her eye, which was already coming out of the socket when we got there for that very first MRI. All I can tell you guys is that first and foremost, that 3-month maternity leave that I was looking so forward to, obviously got spent in the hospital. We were in the hospital every single day. Every time she had to have that medication administered, which at first was every day, but then it went to once a week. She had to be under supervision for 2 hours after taking that medication. That treatment lasted 6 months long. And for 6 months, I had to go back to work. I had to start making money again for our family. I had 2 other kids to support, and we had a home to support. And in those 6 months, that's when I had to have my mom, my sister, friends, my husband. So many people fill my shoes as a mom at those doctor's appointments to administer this medication, hoping and praying in my cubicle that wouldn't be the day that there'd be an adverse reaction, because that's what they were, that's why they were watching her for 2 hours afterwards. And guys, that for me was a turning point in my business, where I all of a sudden looked at Beachbody in a whole other light. I looked at it more than just a discount. I looked at it more than just an opportunity to make an extra couple bucks, to support my target habit. And I looked at it more than just something that was for me. Now I looked at it as a solution. Like, I don't ever want to feel like that again, having my back against the wall for my family as a mom, because I had to pick between earning money and being in an office and being with my daughter in a hospital room. And so that's the turning point for me. That was that gut check moment where everything just looked different to me. Everything just looked different. And I took this business to a whole other level because of that. But the foundation of that was always the love for the programs, the love for Shakeology. Later on came those cute little color containers, which are life to me. But it was that first changing myself and then having that aha moment when I realized, you know what, I can help either that mom that just had a baby and needs to lose those postpartum pounds, or that mom where an extra $200 a week into their home will save a marriage, or save a lot of stress on them, or save them from staying up at night wondering how they're going to make ends meet. And that's where the passion for this business came for me. And now I can tell you guys, 7 years strong, I am a coach. I have reached 6 figures in this business. Of course, income disclaimer always. That happens with a lot of hard work, a lot of hustle, a lot of, putting in the time and the grit and building an amazing team, which you're going to hear from one of my coaches tonight, which is really exciting. But what I want you to know is that the opportunity is there. There's infinite possibility. And you're going to hear not just from me, but you're going to hear from some other coaches tonight. Some who are veteran coaches, been around. Jamie, I think, has been around just as long as I have, for about six-ish years. And Casey, who's been around for less than a year. And Giselle, who's just been a coach for just 5 months. 5 months. So you're going to get a real good taste of what is on the table here for you right now. And I want you guys to think about this as a job opportunity that I don't hire you. You decide if you take the job. All right. So thank you for listening to my story. I hope that for me, throughout my Beachbody years, hearing different personal stories and how people got here and when they had those aha moments and when things turned around for them, I always carried that with me. And I always, that served as a lot of hope and vision for myself. So I hope that carry that with you today, whatever brought you here. And I urge you to listen tonight with an open mind, an open heart, because this can really be a big game changer for you in so many areas of life, even if you're just that Monica coming in, wanting to look and feel better. So tonight, let me tell you the lineup. We're going to cover who coaches are, what we do, how we do it, the tools that you have at your fingertips as a coach. We're going to talk about how we earn. And then again, you're going to hear from a brand new coach just 5 months into the business. And she's going to talk about what she's feeling and what brought her here and give you a good idea of what it's like to be a Diesel Nation coach. All right. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to one of my co-hosts tonight, Casey. Are you there, Casey?
Here I am.
Yes, she is. Take it.
On cue. My kids are coming out to say goodnight. All right. So this is a different section. I've never actually spoken about this part, but I think it's all relative. And the story is still the same. I mean, it doesn't change. The opportunity is still there. My reasons, my why. So let me tell you a little bit about that. I, like Monica, have 3 little girls. She is the Christina in my story, where I just kept seeing her face and that pink lipstick pop up around me, and she just had it all, and she was always happy, and she had these 3 kids, and I had my last one, which was a total surprise. And I was just thinking like, all right, I could fake it till I make it, but I couldn't, because I was drowning, I was dying, and Monica just kept like popping up, having it all together. And I finally thought like, okay, maybe I need Monica. Maybe like there's something that she's doing that can help me, that will just solve my problems. I had, the 3 kids, I have the house, I have the husband, I have a great relationship, I own a business, I own a daycare. So you think like this girl's got it all, but I didn't have it all, like at all. And the 3rd child made me realize that rather quickly. So I reached out to Monica. I signed up for Shakeology because I knew that once I started eating better, I'd start feeling better, and then everything would just kind of trickle down. I started 80-Day Obsession, and I got basically all my friends to join me. And that's really how I came to with this. The light bulb really went off for me when I was starting to have conversations with moms at my daycare who were missing this, or who needed this, or who maybe didn't realize it yet, but this really became the game changer for them too. Before I owned a daycare, I was a teacher, and I got out of that actually only 2 years in, unfortunately. But I knew that my difference could be made somewhere else, and I would have more of an impact. So I started a preschool, and I've now been there for 6 years. And I have, again, like my concept of my purpose and my impact has changed, because now I've realized that these kids that I watch are in great hands, and they have the best care, and they're getting the best education. But what's happening to them when they're going home to homes that are broken, or to moms that are suffering or drowning in silence like I was? And that's really kind of what brought everything full circle for me quickly. Because then I thought, maybe the kids aren't the problem. Maybe it's us. Maybe it's the parents. Maybe it's just kind of like slowing down a little bit, kind of reaching out, kind of connecting. And that's when I realized that is exactly what we do here. So I think that that's a great intro to the slides that I prepped for you guys to explain to you a little bit more in depth about what coaches do. I'm going to share my screen right now, and then we can take off. All right. So we call it fitness, Wi-Fi, and a dream, because that's really all you need. The fitness, they give it to you. All you have to do is do it. The Wi-Fi, we can stream this anywhere. We don't have to leave our homes. We don't have to go to the gym. We don't have to fight traffic. We can do it anywhere. And obviously the dream that we all have, whatever it is, like Monica said, maybe it's groceries, maybe it's diapers, maybe it's a family vacation, maybe it's a new car, whatever it is to you, ours are all going to be different. This is Diesel Nation, who showed up in Summit in June. It was a fantastic time. We wear red, we demanded attention, and we got it. Everybody there was moved. They left with a fire in their stomach, and they were ready to take action and make it happen. And now the beauty of this business is that everybody in this picture looks different. They come from a different place. Their story is all different. There is no set requirements. You don't have to be, some people think, oh, Beachbody, I have to be in great shape. Yeah, no, you don't, because we can always all do better. You don't have to be at your goal weight. You don't have to have fitness experience. You just have to want to become better. That's what this business does for you. You don't have to be a personal trainer. You don't have to be a nutritionist, because the business gives you all of those tools. You just need to use them. You don't even need to be a professional. There are plenty of stay-at-home moms. There are plenty of young college girls who work this business. You just need the desire to do better. And in bold, this is important. We are real people who are achieving real results while making a real impact. Nobody can take that away from Beachbody. Nobody can take that away from every single one of us, because that is the reason why we are here and why we are doing what we do. Our mission. This was a great workout at 6 a.m. in Indianapolis. And if you look at everybody's face in that picture, some of us are yelling, some of us are screaming, some of us are crying, but everybody is lit up. Everybody is happy. Everybody is alive. And some of us didn't even know each other in this picture. But the point is that you're part of that family and that community, and you're all reaching for the greater good. So where you come from doesn't matter. Your story doesn't matter. What brought you here doesn't matter, because you join our family and you really are part of it. I mean, I hugged coaches from Texas that I had been talking to, from Ohio. They know who they are. They're watching me now. But it's like you create these bonds with these women, men too, husbands, spouses. And they're real, and we're all driven by the same purpose. So it just makes the fire that much brighter. Obviously, I mean, there are a few things that we do. We call these our vital behaviors, but really it's no nonsense. And it just makes sense. Obviously, the products are given to us and they make us better. So you're going to use them because it's common sense, right? It's in front of you. So you become a product of the product. You do the workouts, you drink the shake because they work, because it's delicious, and you're going to get the results. We do personal development. That's a big part of it. I was a former English teacher, so that's like a joy for me now to be reading books, because I hadn't in a while, because for the longest time, me and a lot of other people, we put ourselves on the back burner. But you make it a priority when you're aiming for more and you're trying to do more, to nurture yourself more. So the PD comes into play for that. And we're always trying to grow and we're always trying to do better. So it takes that to new heights, really. We invite, because when you have something this good, you don't keep it to yourself. Everybody is on this call because somebody invited them here. So if I did, hey, whoever else invited you, thank that person, because they brought you this opportunity, because they think that you can go places with it. They see this for you. They know that you would fit into this family and that you could build here. And that's, I mean, you can't be quiet about that. Like, I was drinking Shakeology from the rooftop and screaming to everybody because I wanted them to have it, because I'm tired of seeing long lines in McDonald's, because I'm tired of paying $100 a week for takeout. Like, just drink the shake. It's good for you and it's going to make you feel better. That's it. I can't be quiet about it anymore, because I have it. It's in my hand and you need it. And obviously this little smiley face down here, recognition is so big. And I think that nowadays it's kind of gotten swept under the rug. Nobody's really thanked anymore. Nobody says, hey, good job, pat on the back. It's always like, do more, get more, we need more, make more money, hit these goals. Like, let's slow down. Let's do one thing at a time. And let's, a little thank you goes a long way. So the picture on here every month, this is a picture Monica put out last month in June, the top coaches of June 2018. I don't care who you are. If your name is up there, if your friend is up there, or if your coach is up there, you feel good. It makes you realize and appreciate that you're here and you're doing the right things. And it's just, it's something that we really should be doing more of. And then this is the best part. I mean, we pay a minimal fee. We pay $15.95 a month for a business. Just think about that. I own a business and I know how much it costs to run. I know how much it costs me to get started. And it's like this much compared to that. We have a great product line. We have people on call 24/7. You can always reach someone to help you. We have a professional trainers, super trainers. That's what we call them. They create the programs. They are no fail. You can't screw these things up. Everything is given to you for $15.95. You just have to use it. The Shakeology is number one. I mean, I don't know how many proteins you guys have tried, but I've tried a lot and nothing compares. It's ours. It's ours to sell for $15.95. Portion containers, they've changed my life. I never realized how much I was eating until I got those little things. And it's still a lot of food, but these are things that are handed to us for $15.95 that we just need to implement, turn around and give to the people. Challenge groups, we run those. We have the My Challenge Tracker app, both on the phone, the portal online. These are all things that Beachbody gives us. They give us scripts, they give us images, they give us everything. We just have to use them. Becky and Christina created the Diesel Nation New Coach Academy. They tell you everything to do to start coaching. I mean, I was done with that in less than a day, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go. Where's the people? Let me tell them everything that I know. You have Facebook pages. We're on one now, watching calls. We have a coach online office, which tells us everything that we need to know. And we have Share a Cart, where all we need to do is click a button and send something directly to someone. We pay $15.95, guys, and we get all of that. That doesn't happen anywhere else. It's just, when you think about the foundation of this business, what's involved in it, and then the tiny little piece of change that we pay for it, it really should be a no-brainer, because the turnarounds and the big picture is so much more. Right?
So well said, Casey. Thank you so much for that. You know, it's crazy that you mentioned that you are a preschool owner. You know what it is to start a business. You know the investment that it takes. When we talk about Beachbody, and we'll get more into this at the end of the call when I cover how you can join and then all the logistics of that. But you're absolutely right. In this business, the overhead is $15.95, and you get all of those tools that you guys just saw Casey go over. And I want to point out something really amazing about Beachbody that's not like no other MLM out there, network marketing company out there. We are in collaboration with a company that all the advertisements that you see out there, whether on social media, whether on late night infomercials, whether on radio, whether on wherever you see them, the internet, all of those leads generated, all that interest generated is pushed out into the coaching network. Meaning, when a customer is ready and they go on that late night infomercial and they place an order, that order gets spit right back out into the coaching network, us. So we're in collaboration with a company that not only is the overhead small, but the advertising, the millions of dollars going into making us all great is there. And the potential to really grow something special and something successful is there for the taking. And when you put it into perspective, and I know Casey's the perfect person to talk about this because she has that perspective. She has started another business that she had to come up front with a lot more money to start a business. And she can really tell you really what a blessing this is. So hold on to that thought, guys. We're going to now jump over to Jamie, who's going to now tell the big elephant in the room, right? Okay, this all sounds fantastic. I realize the tools I have at my hand. I'm ready to become the best version of myself and get out there and spread that good word. But how exactly is it that we earn as coaches? So Jamie, take it away from me.
Thank you. This is actually one of my favorite things to talk about. I have a long story. I've been a coach for 6 years, but a lot of the numbers I'm going to tell you might seem a little bit overwhelming. Sorry, hold on. I'm going to switch my face so I can see myself speaking. There I am. I want to go back to how I was in the little steps to show you guys that this is not an overnight thing. And I really want to focus on the financial part of my story. So like I said, I was a finance major. I came out of college guns blazing and thought by the time I was 30 that I was going to be making six figures, CEO of a company. Like I had all these crazy dreams. But in reality, I went into a business that I had a huge passion for, which was wine. And 12 years in, yes, I know, that's what I sold as wine, alcohol. 12 years in, I had busted my, bad word, booty, been top sales rep 3 years. I had increased my sales 1 year for the company, $350,000, and I made an extra $4,000. That was it. In the wine business, in the beer business, you make 2% commission. 2%. Do you know how much beer you have to sell to make $20? It was crazy. So I was starting to become very, very disillusioned. I had my son, my first child. again, Christina Delgado is my coach. I was watching her just like Monica did, but I was watching her from social media and just going, oh my gosh, look at her transformation. I remember showing my now ex-husband, but showing him like, look at her picture, look at her back muscles. Like, I could never do that. I'm kind of just, this is who I am now. I am a mom. I'll never look like I did back when Christina and I cheered together. It's just not in the cards for me. I didn't have a way to work out except for go run in the stroller with my son because we did not have childcare at the gym. So the more I thought about it, I'm going, okay, I've lost my fire. I've lost that drive I had since college to be this CEO, to be this top earner. I had just let it kind of all go and just survived every single day, even given up the thought that I had to ever look hot or feel good in my skin again because I'm a mom, you know, and that's ridiculous. I was 31 years old. And one day I messaged Christina and I said, I'm signing as a coach. And before she could even respond to me, I had signed up, bought TurboFire with Shakeology. I mean, this was years ago, you guys, with Shalene, and we were crazy punching and it was wild. But I didn't ask questions. I did not ask, how do you make money? Did not ask what the structure was. I didn't even know we were a network marketing company for 5 months. Somebody asked me that and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So the reason I'm telling you all of this is that, you know, if I succeeded, and then anybody can, because I didn't do my homework. So I show my results at 3 months because I signed as a coach for the discount and so that I couldn't quit. And I needed that discount. I was going to cancel the shakes after month 1 because I did not actually have the money to afford it month after month. I didn't. I had almost purchased so many times from her website and I couldn't justify that cost when I didn't have any extra money. I was putting money on credit cards every single month. How was I going to justify this magic pill? Because again, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how good it was going to make my body feel, how much more energy I was going to have. It just changed the way I felt completely. I had no idea. I thought it was a magic weight loss tool. So now let's fast forward to when I show my results and people start coming to me and they go, oh, okay, I want to do what you're doing. I'm like, well, I better learn how to send a link. So then I realized you make 25% commission. And I went, ding, ding, ding. Oh my gosh, I just sold a program and made 25% commission. I would have had to sell like $600 worth of wine and beer to get that same commission. Do you know how tough that is? Like a case of beer costs like 25 bucks, you know, like you don't understand when you start to look at the business structure. So I start to realize this. And like Monica said, with her maternity leave, I got 0 paid maternity leave. The wine and beer business is not friendly to women whatsoever. And especially in Georgia, it's a good old boy network. And I went on vacation with my parents and I checked my Beachbody money and I had made 200 bucks that week. And I just remember being in shock because I'm like, I'm on vacation and I just made 200 bucks. And I was still only after taxes in the wine business coming home with about 500 a week. And after childcare, mortgage, all this stuff, like that's not cutting it. And for me, I was going, I'm a finance major. Like I am 12 years out of college, not making what I thought I'd be making right now. And I bust my butt. I know I'm good at my job. What is happening? Where is the disconnect? But it's still at this point, I want to say for anybody who's watching this call and is thinking, I don't want to leave my job. I love my job. I thought the same thing. It took me about 2 years in the business. Whoops, sorry, that's my food alarm. It's telling me to go eat a red and a blue. If I still had no desire to ever leave the wine business because I loved it. I had certifications. I was going out to Napa 3 times a year. It was a very fun business that you do for the passion of it, not for the money. So I started going, this side hustle can make up that difference. I can keep doing my passion, the wine business. Now I'm seeing that I can actually help people instead of just sell them alcohol, you know, and I'm making a difference. So I felt complete for the first time in I can't tell you guys how long. And not because I was leaving the wine business, but because my 2 lives, every part of me was feeling complete and whole. I was finally putting money away for my son, putting money in savings. Like I was getting pedicures again, date nights, all this stuff that I had just taken off the table for so long. Okay, so we're going to fast forward to I would say a year and a half in the business. And for anybody who's listening to this, if you know a little about network marketing, in your brain, you think, oh my God, I have to sign coaches and do all this stuff. But what's great about this business is you work it how you want to work it. I didn't sign a coach until a year and a half into this business. I still made great money because I sold retail. I loved helping people start fitness challenges, do the fitness programs, do Shakeology. I did Ultimate Reset with a bunch of people, never signed coaches. And I love that we don't have to have a certain number of coaches or be this level to earn a retail income or this percentage of income, which other network marketing companies are crazy now that I understand the way they make it way too complicated. For us, you just have to pay $15.99 a month and you can make retail commission. Okay, so a year and a half in this business, I start to sign coaches and I see how much fun it is doing this alongside amazing women that we're building this team together. Shortly after that, I get pregnant again. So just like Monica, all of a sudden I'm pregnant and I'm starting to see the monetary benefit of it. And I don't want to miss this second pregnancy. I don't want to miss this second baby because I felt like I missed my son. I was his bus driver to school. I'd pick him up, drop him off to a sitter because I had 2 night meetings a week for the wine business, then get home, maybe see him by the time he went to bed, normally not, or just feed him and put him to bed. I'm like, God, I'm totally missing it. And that wasn't what I pictured as a mom. I'll be honest, I never pictured myself as a stay-at-home mom, but I wanted to have that freedom and have the financial, I guess, flexibility to do amazing things for my kids, like the way I grew up, like the great childhood my parents did for me. I wanted to be how my mom was for me. So I called Christina and I was about 6 weeks pregnant. I just found out and I said, okay, I'm ready to finally learn this business and be coachable and teachable. Because if you're going to succeed in this business, there's 2 things that you have to be. You have to say, 1, that you're going to be here 5 years from now. And then 2, you have to be teachable, because I wasn't that first year and a half. Once I started to truly do the trainings, plug in, learn this business, from that day to when my daughter was 6 months old. So I guess, we're like 12 months, I don't know, about a year there. I created a business that was double what I earned as a wine rep. And I retired myself from the wine business forever because I'm not going back because I love this business. And, I've been retired for 4 years now. I'm creating an income now that's 3 to 4 or 3.5 times what I made as a wine rep. And I'm going to say the disclaimer, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. It's all based on your own hard work. And I have to say that because I'm going to give you real numbers now. Okay. So got my little sheet. There is 5 ways, and I'm going to be honest with what I make, how long it took me to get there. Retail commission, there is 0 cap. So I already prefaced this. 25 to 33% you make on retail income. You don't have to have coaches in your organization. They don't have to be signed up a certain way. Like some companies, you have to have them as a VIP customer, a preferred customer, all these crazy loopholes. With us, it's simple. You pay your $15.99, you make commission, okay? Second way that we make money is the team cycle bonus. This is where people go, is this a pyramid scheme? And no, it's not. So I'm going to explain it in the wine business terms. And sorry, you might hear the pug coming down the stairs. I hear him. Okay, so top of the level is your winery. That is the farm, the people who own the winery, grow the grapes. Next level below them, they hire suppliers. There could be between 4 and 8 for the entire country. These suppliers now go out and they find distributors, which there's a distributor in every city. Those distributors hire sales reps. So see how we're building out? I was a sales rep. So there's probably 50 sales reps in Savannah. Now the sales reps, again, we're moving outward to a bigger scope. Every time we're having a bigger scope, are going to the restaurants, the bars, the convenience stores, the grocery stores. Those are now selling to the people. So everything filters up and benefits every person along the way as we're going up. That is business. It is the same exact structure in our organization. We have 2 legs. And the more product our organization as a whole sells, the more we make. So I love, as a finance major and a businesswoman, looking at my numbers at the end of every year. And I can tell from my team PV that my little team, Wildfire Empire, sold close to $2 million worth of product last year. And that to me is very cool. If you look at it and you get confused on, oh, how much PV or TV or network marketing, placing coaches, just focus on the fact that the more coaches in your organization, the more products you guys sell, the more people you help, the more money everybody makes. So it benefits everybody. So if you guys have any questions on Team Cycle Bonus, it can be the most confusing part to understand as we get into this business, but we can go way deeper into that. You know, as you become a coach, we have great lessons on it. Your coach will always be here to explain it. I will tell you the truth. Now, my Team Cycle Bonus, every single Thursday we get paid, ranges from $3,000 to $5,000 a week. And that is more than I made in a month as a wine rep. So I am very proud. I don't shy away from talking about numbers because it has absolutely changed my life, changed my situation. I am a single mom. I have 2 babies. I have paid off my house in full. I have my kids' college funds funded in full. Check, 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 check. I'm going down the way and putting this money aside and being smart with it because it is the biggest blessing that's ever come into my life. So number 3, third way we make money is the matching bonus. And this, I just think it's wonderful because every single week, say for me, so say Christina's my coach, I make $4,500 just in cycle bonus. Christina now gets a 10% matching bonus of that. So she gets $450 a week on top of that into her paycheck. So say my coaches, I check them every week. I'm always monitoring how they're doing. And I get very excited for them. Like, oh my gosh, Kristen, I saw you jumped up literally $500 just in the past 2 weeks. I can monitor that for them. I can see their percentages, see where I need to help them grow with their own teams. So that's really fun for me as a coach too, is to see how my own coaches are progressing with their Team Cycle bonuses. So number 4 way that we make money is subscriptions. So Beachbody On Demand. Every time that comes back around, that yearly Beachbody On Demand, we make $39. So that's a great little subscription bonus. There's vitamins, there's Activate, I know Shakeology is more like retail income, but think about all these recurring products we have. 3-day refreshes. I mean, Activate, Focused Energy, which I'm a huge fan of, Energize, Recover, Recharge. We have so many products that can be on auto ship. So it's kind of like a subscription. And the last way that we make money is Star Diamond bonuses. So you guys hear us talk about rank, and when you get to the rank of 2-star diamond, 5-star, 10-star, and 15, we start to get quarterly bonuses. So 2-star every single quarter is, I think it's 1,000. I just blanked. I think it is. 5-star is 3,600, 10-star is 17,000, and 15-star is about 50,000, which is bonkers. That's just crazy. So my own, I'm a 5-star, always at that level. So that makes up about 14,000 of my income every single year, between 12 and 14, because it varies. And I really count on that income, So trying to think what else I should add, but I just want you guys to know, I'm going to say this. If I had understood the possibilities of this business, I would have worked it smarter and harder from the get-go. And that is why I stressed you guys. If I came in and it took me a very long time to get a foothold in this business, to understand what I was doing, to make all the mistakes, I'm still here because I loved the company. And even if I made $0, I was in for life. You know, so just like Monica said, just like Casey said, once we had that reason to truly push and go out of our comfort zones and be consistent daily with the actions Casey talked about, that's when our income started to come. Not after 6 months of doing it, but that's when you see it after 3 years, after 4 years, after 5 years, you know, you get that great consistent income that I can count on. And I've basically been in 3 different countries in the past 3 weeks. I've got my summers back because of this amazing opportunity. So peace out. I'm gonna stop talking. Sorry.
Amen, sister. That was amazing. And you know, I want to point out what you said when you got on, you know, in the very beginning. Be here 5 years from now. If you're serious about making something out of this, whether parts of Daddy's here, okay, Daddy's here, guys. If you're serious about making this into something, like the long-term vision has to be that this is a business that can provide in a big way. But look at, it took Jamie a little bit of time to get started, but she stuck with it, and she obviously never stopped her own journey and what it led to. And the good part about the team that you're joining right now, I can tell you that the learning curve is cut in half, because Jamie's been around for 6 years, I've been around for 7 years. There was a learning curve getting to understand everything that we know now, that we can now pass on to the team coming in. And that's where Diesel Nation New Coach Academy comes in. That's where a lot of the training events that come in. That's a lot of our live events that you're going to see come in. So just know that you're joining a team that has been through it all and can help you jumpstart. And like Jamie said, work harder, work smarter, and hopefully faster. All right, I'm going to pass it on over to our next guest speaker. Giselle, you there?
Yes. Hey.
All right. So excited to hear from you. Okay, guys, let me give you guys a little bit of information about Giselle. Giselle has been coaching for 5 months. She actually started her coaching business postpartum, just like me. She had just had her baby, wanted to get those postpartum pounds off, and then it slowly started to snowball. She's married. I said she's got an 11-month-old baby girl, correct?
Yes.
Baby girl, right? Yes. Okay. Her sponsor in the business is Amy Coppola, which is one of my really great friends. And tonight, Giselle's going to just tell you a little bit about her story, tell you how she got here, and hopefully give you guys a words of advice as a brand new coach on our team. So go for it, Giselle.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. This is really exciting. I'm going to make this as quick as possible. And I talk real fast, so keep up, okay? So yes, my name is Giselle Sarasa. I am an interior designer. I am also a Beachbody coach. I started in February. I did my first challenge group in January. I am married. My husband is Robert. I have a baby girl. She's almost 11 months old. Her name is Rachel, but we call her baby girl. So you might hear me saying baby girl a lot. I'm actually originally from Miami too, born and raised. I went to school there. I lived there all my life. I actually moved up to Raleigh back in 2013. That's where I'm at right now. But yeah, I graduated with my bachelor's degree in 2009. I actually met my then boyfriend, now husband, in a bar. It's very original, I know. But we hit it off. He was also graduating from college. We weren't really into fitness. We kind of just went to the bar, had greasy foods all the time and beer, and that's how we founded our relationship. So we then take off to Europe, do a big quick backpacking trip because we wanted to celebrate our graduation and we wanted to experience that before hitting the whole 9-to-5 grind kind of thing. We came back. We were able to find jobs very quickly. Fast forward a year, we get married. We move into a cute little duplex in Coconut Grove. If you know Coconut Grove, it's a great little community, walking distance to restaurant, bars. Yeah, bars, because that's what we did all the time, go to bars. Dog parks, dog park, I should say, supermarkets, and that was the extent of our physical activity as far as fitness is walking everywhere and cycling. So we actually slimmed down because of all the walking we did. But the next step in our relationship was to actually start a family, but we knew that we wanted to live elsewhere. We didn't want to, build a family or start popping out babies until we relocated to another city. Miami just we weren't feeling it for us. So that's when we decided to uproot and move to Raleigh. We have some family up here, so that was an easier transition for us. And we actually moved into my parents' house. So just imagine a 1,600 square foot home. We're bringing our 3 dogs, we're bringing our belongings. They also have 3 dogs, and I'm living with my younger sister as well. So it was a packed house. Needless to say, we made that experience very short and we were able to buy our house immediately. I love you, Mom, if you're here watching. I thank you for you opening your home to us, but we were ready to, start our lives, build our foundation, our home, and start popping out babies, because that was the plan. We're very methodical. We had a goal, and our mission was to buy our home and then start a family. So we ended up buying our house. I probably skipped the fact that we got married. If I didn't, we'll see. I'll probably have to check back. But yes, we did get married finally. But then we bought our house. This is the dream home that we purchased, and we were ready to start our family. But before that, I wanted to make sure that I had reached a certain goal as far as my health and then as far as my weight. But unfortunately, I was pretty much overweight at that time, and I still got pregnant. Another unfortunate scenario that happened was the fact that I ended up having a partial molar pregnancy, which, if you don't know what that is, basically your body doesn't miscarry on its own. You end up growing a mass. Your body still thinks it's pregnant. And I was really going through a big depression during that time, because we were really excited about finally, having a baby. But, God had different plans for us, and, we got through it. They were able to, catch everything on time, because it could eventually turn into cancer. They nipped it. And I went through surgery, and everything came out great at the end of that. But, we were very distraught about the whole situation. We ended up just saying, you know what, let's take a break. Let's not go crazy about trying to have a family, and let's enjoy the new community that we're living in. Let's be a part of the gym that's nearby. Let's get to know people. And we did. We joined the gym community. We became gym rats. I probably went to the gym maybe twice a day if I could. And I really just got lost in group fitness. I actually enjoyed doing Les Mills Body Combat. If you don't know what that is, it's a lot of punching and kicking, and it's fighting style. And it was therapy for me. I really did enjoy it. I did that for a full year. I lost about 15 pounds doing that. But again, my nutrition wasn't 100%. So that's probably why it was only 15 pounds at the rate that I was going, right? But a year later, I end up getting pregnant, which was great news. We were really excited. We finally were, starting to get, in the groove of things with our community. We, still are focusing on our fitness. We're going to the gym. I made it a point to, still work on maintaining a healthy pregnancy. I got the okay from my doctor to keep doing what I'm doing. A lot of the people in there were like in shock that I had this huge belly, and I'm still doing side kicks and uppercuts and all of that. But just like what Monica said, we're not handicapped, we're pregnant. But yeah, I made a determination I was determined to stay fit during my whole entire pregnancy. So fast forward, I give birth. She's our beautiful baby girl. We're happy. We're excited. We're bringing her home. We're adjusting to life and our new life now. And now we're ready to go back to the gym, because we were just on a high of like being gym people, right? But now it's like we're juggling, okay, a baby, how are we going to do this? I don't feel comfortable with the daycare. I'm nursing. She really needs me. So it ended up being that I was only going to the gym maybe twice a week if I could. That wasn't good, because I ended up gaining a lot of weight during that time. And I knew that I needed something that would work for me. And it just so happened that my Facebook feed would advertise Beachbody on demand. I'm like, how is this? It's just coincidence how it all kind of happens. But I knew Amy, who is my coach. I reached out to her because I knew she was doing Beachbody, and I've been watching her actually for a couple of years. And I remember her doing Core the Force, and I was like, cool, that sounds like awesome, Core the Force. I looked it up. Surely it was an MMA style workout. That's my thing. And so I signed up with her with a challenge pack January. I literally had to put myself in boot camp. If you see my before pictures, I have a big smile on my face, because I knew that I would see results. I just knew it, because I knew I believed in the products already. I had purchased P90X back in the day when it was in DVDs. I was super excited about being a part of an accountability group. So in my first month, I lost 10 pounds and 14 inches. So I always kind of repeat that, because I've never lost 10 pounds in 1 month, let alone 14 inches. Okay. It took me almost 2 years to drop 20 pounds doing group fitness. Nothing wrong with group fitness, but I'm just saying it took me 2 years to drop 20 pounds in a gym. right? There's no nutrition accountability. There's no accountability in general. So the very fact that I had that community is definitely where the magic happens. And I always tell that to my girls, like the magic happens in the accountability group, because I treated it as homework. I checked in, I logged in, I did my workout, I had my shake, I did my nutrition, and the weight was falling off, all because I just did it. You know, I knew I wanted results and I got it. Just like Casey was saying, you just do it. You know what I mean? So fast forward, I just wanted to kind of emphasize how important the community has been for me. You know, we have our community in the accountability groups, and then we have a community also in our team pages. And, you know, it's something that my pastor actually talked about this past Sunday, that is so, you know, relevant to this topic was, you know, he was talking about in the early 1800s and the whole westward expansion. They were trying to create an incentive to bring people to, you know, settle in the west side. So they created a program where they would give a huge land to anybody that would move over there. So they did. People would move over there. They have this huge land, and then they would plot their house right in the middle, and they would be able to step out onto their porch and see all of what they owned, all of their property, all of their farming, right? And, you know, I guess after generations had passed, they would go ahead and send photographers out to take pictures of all of these homes out in the middle of nowhere, just to kind of, you know, show people back at home that look at all the land you can have and the opportunity and all of this. But really the photographers documented how weird the people were. The people that he described, or they described the men as, you know, weird people, the women as wide-eyed, and the children were ghostly. And, you know, that is the effect of living in an isolated scenario. Like, you're away from society, and you know that's what happens when you're isolated. And I can say that I was isolated before Beachbody. I lived in my little world, and you know, I may have been a little mild. I had gone through a little mild depression through my whole partial molar pregnancy. I was, you know, I was an interior designer. I had, you know, I went to school. I was you could say I was very happy with what I was doing. I was paying the bills, doing my 9 to 5, doing it all. But, you know, I can honestly say that with Beachbody, I've been able to create that community that I can belong to. And, you know, it just goes to show that you need a dream, you need a motivation, but you also need a community in order to thrive. So that was like, wow, to me. You know, another thing that I always kind of emphasize is, you know, this is a noble endeavor. Like, I honestly believe that this is a noble endeavor. You know, it's a responsibility for me. Again, like I said, the community is so pivotal. And not only that, you get to spearhead your own community. Like, that is the CEO, that you have that CEO opportunity. And, you know, we're no longer living in the 1950s. Like, you could be a stay-at-home mom and still generate an income from home. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, that's fine, that's great. But you know, it's one of those things where I didn't see that for myself. You know, I always loved to contribute. I always loved to build something. I had that, you know, CEO mindset, I guess you would say. But I want to go back to one thing that was so important for me to share. Was Amy came to me when I first became a coach. I don't even remember if I said I was going to be a discount coach or a hobby coach, but she said to me, or she mentioned to me, hey, by the way, if you help at least 3 people in the first 3 months of your, you know, coach career, you can get a free ticket to Summit. And actually what I really heard was, hey, Giselle, I dare you to help at least 3 people February, March, and April. That's what I heard. She doesn't know that, but that's how I talk to myself. You know, I'm going to start something. I'm going to go in 100%. And you know what? I did it by the grace of God. Jesus helped me. He was my homeboy throughout the whole process. Let me tell you, because I needed to dig deep and realize, you know, what I'm doing is, yes, I'm helping people. You know, by helping people, I am also, you know, helping myself. And it's not only a physical, it's all mental. And you know what? I succeeded because I was plugged in, I showed up, and I was connected with my coach who was training me from day one. All I had to do was listen to her training, and just do it. And I did it. And you know what? Because I said yes, I have seen so many people just transform their own lives. And I've only started in February. So when I already see how many lives I have changed, I mean, it makes it all worthwhile. It gives me that feeling of empowerment just by helping people. So there's one quote that I just want to share with you that has always touched me. And it was one of my pastors that shared it with us several months ago, that I actually messaged him a few months ago back to please message it to me so I can share. And this is from an author, from Les Brown. He's an American author. He's really great. It says here, the graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is here that you will find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, the books that were never written, the songs that were never sung, the inventions that were never shared, the cures that were never discovered, all because someone was too afraid to take that first step, keep with the problem, or determined to carry out their dream. So I just want to encourage you to, just like was mentioned earlier, you know, you may not have all of the answers right now, but if you just kind of take a little step of faith and just trust in the process, I'm sure you will be blown away.
Girl, I want to sign up all over again. You just took me 7 years back to those butterflies. What it's like to become a coach. Thank you so much for that.
Welcome.
Thank you for being so transparent. And guys, it takes guts. We just, you know, when we see coaches thriving in the business, we randomly invite them to come speak once a month. We have somebody, and she just really went out of her comfort zone right now to share. So thank you. That was amazing. All right, guys, you have it. You have it laid out for you. What we do as coaches, how we do it, how we earn. You heard from Giselle what it feels like to come right in and be challenged to get out there and help people. So let me paint a picture for you what it's going to look like once you get started on your coaching journey. Okay, first thing is that you will be announced onto this really awesome team page on Facebook. So your coach will put together cute collage of you, announce you, give a quick little story about who you are and how you guys met, and then off you go on the team page. Your team page is going to be your lifeline to the business. That's where you're going to see all the announcements come on, all the recognition happen. If you have a question, you could always pop it in there. You have plenty of coaches that will help you, and you'll see an answer of all those kinds of things. It's a lot like the page you're on right now for the sneak peek, okay? Second thing you will be given is the Diesel Nation New Coach Academy. So this is a self-taught, self-paced training program, meaning Christina, Becky, Amy, Jamie, a lot of us old timers got together one day and said, okay, what do coaches need to know coming into the business? Like, what is a firm foundation for them to just grab a hold of and run and get started on their business? And that is the birth of the New Coach Training Academy. You can go through it. It can take you 2 days, it could take you 2 weeks, it could take you 2 months. It's entirely up to you, depending on how fast you want to get through it. But going through the new coach training, we'll talk about our back office, give you training on the back office, give you training on how to get out there and start sharing that you're now a coach. We'll get out there and talk to you about how to run challenge groups of your own using the My Challenge Tracker. We'll also teach you social media, right? Because I always talk about it like fishing, right? You can go out there and you can try to fish with your hands, or you can try to fish with a fishing pole. Social media is the same way, that you cast a net out there into the world in many places that you can't do one-on-one, face-to-face every day. So social media is a tremendous tool in our business, and we teach you how to use it and leverage it in a big way. So that's the New Coach Academy, and that's what you can expect, completely free. You'll have the password to go into that training, being a part of Diesel Nation. Now, the last thing is that you'll have a one-on-one goal setting call with your coach, and that's where you really sit down, kind of like Giselle and Amy did, and said, hey, I challenge you, or hey, by the way, if you do X, Y, Z, this is what it can look like. And we'll have those healthy goals set, helping at least 3 people a month to get your business started, talking about your very first rank advancement, which would be Emerald. That'd be 2 coaches that join your team, and so on and so forth. We'll help you, guide you. That's the message I want you to take away, is that you won't be alone in this, okay? Let's talk about how you can get started. So I know I have 1 of 2 kinds of people listening right now. 1, you are already doing a Beachbody program. you're on Beachbody On Demand, you're drinking Shakeology, you're using those cute little color containers, you are feeling amazing and you want to pass it on. That means that you've probably already bought a challenge pack. Now, the next step for you would be sign up as a coach. You would pay the $39.95 fee right up front, and then you'll fill out an online form and get your money reimbursed within 24 to 48 hours, and boom, you're in business. The other kind of person I have right now on this call has not tried our programs, has not drank Shakeology, but was obviously brought to this because they said, you know what, this business opportunity or this person, maybe it was Jamie, maybe it was Casey, maybe it was Giselle, they intrigued me, I'm interested, and I could use this in my life. Well, for you, if you come in with a challenge pack simultaneously as signing with a coach, then what will happen for you is that $39.95 fee will be waived at the checkout, making your sign up completely free. Now, can you become a coach without purchasing a challenge pack? Can you become a coach without purchasing anything? You sure can. You can pay the $39.95 fee and boom, you're in business. But I'll tell you what, guys, I highly don't recommend that. If you learn anything tonight, you've learned that all four of us started our business on the foundation of ourselves, of our own journey, of bettering ourselves, of getting out there and being a product of the product and showing people it's possible, because we didn't talk our way, we walked our way. We showed the way. And so that is really always going to be the foundation of your business. So we highly urge you to do this, not cut any corners, do it the right way, and just have that blind faith in yourself, because it was trusting myself 7 years ago that brought me to where I am today, and investing the time and the hard work into myself. All right, guys, with that, we leave you. That's it. That's what it takes to become a coach. This is what our team is all about. We're just ordinary moms, wives, husbands, fathers out there making a difference. And we really hope to see you as the next coach added to our team. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight, and have a great night. Thank you, ladies, for all your help.